There was a point in time where me and Gay Flamin and the Gay Eyed Jedi, we was talking about spirituality and all of that. And you know, Gay Flamin, he basically said that he was going to work one day, and he was going somewhere, and he got in the car, and there was like this lady in the car, and she had pretty much told him about himself. She was like, "Oh, I know I know you hate work, and I know that you don't want to have kids and stuff like that." And then she offered her services to him and pretty much revealed that she's a psychic. And then Flamin was like, "Oh, I may try to contact this woman for a reading, because she was charging like $50." And he was like, what she said about me was true. And we was going back and forth discussing this and stuff like that. And, I was, he was like scared to do it. He's like, "I'm scared, I'm afraid I'm going to get hunted. Like fucking Paranormal Activity." I'm like, "Nigga, do the shit, dude." And then he was kind of chickening out. And then we was kind of thinking about doing it together and stuff like that. And then, even LT the Flame got involved in the convo. But we didn't do it, but I still may do it. I don't know for sure, but this is something that this is a conclusion that I came to like a few years ago. So I didn't just come to this conclusion, but I did observe this in like 2022. On my last channel, I spoke about it. I said a lot of these spiritual people, and I ain't talking about religion. I mean, they can be a part of it as well, but I used to watch people like Spiritual Soul and all of that. And, I just observed like these people go through the same things we go through. They deal with like they got to pay bills, they got to work, they have to make money, they have to deal with the same problems we go through. It's not like they're any different from anyone else. We all go through the same struggle, even despite that belief. I'm tapped in with the higher consciousness. You still have to go through all the bullshit like everyone else. And me and Flamin, we was like, man, if a spirit ain't trying to help us get no money, there's no point of us talking to it. And then that was when the fat guy Jedi was like, "Oh, the spirits don't owe y'all nothing. The spirits don't owe y'all anything," which is true. I guess the spirits are, according to his, spirits are just indifferent. And I mean, that's a side that we don't know about too well. If that does exist, I don't know if it does or not, but if it does, the spirits, I guess, are indifferent, because they really don't. I mean, at least from what I see, I don't see a spirit doing anything. I don't know, because like even the Bible, says that. What does it say? It says that we have a veil over our eyes, so we can't see everything, because our human eye, and in a way that is kind of true in a way, because in this room right now, there's a whole bunch of microscopic organisms everywhere, but I can't see it. But if you get a microscope, we can see it. So who's to say that we can't see other shit? Who knows? It's all just theory, who knows? But shit. But who's to say, maybe the spirits are indifferent, but who knows? But yeah, man, basically who's like, man, if the spirit can't help us with no money, it's no point of us talking to it. But for me, I'm a little bit deeper, I kind of went a little bit deeper with the conversation. I was like, well, You know, like, yeah, money, but I would like to know about the afterlife. Can it tell me about what happens when we die? Do me as a human, when I die, am I going to just be dead and that's it, or am I going to transcend to the spiritual side as well? And what's it going to be like over there? What's going to happen? What's this, and that? You know, I would like to know that information. But even still, I'm still not going to fully trust this spirit because I don't know this motherfucker like that. You know, we can't fully trust humans like that. So what's to say that I can trust this motherfucker? You know what I mean? You know, so I'm gonna still be skeptical about this spirit. But yeah, I'll just ask it questions about things and whatever like that. But yeah, man, in order for me to want to talk to a spirit, it'll have to be able to help me with stuff. Give me some advice, help me get money, something. I ain't just trying to be a friend, be a friend with a damn spirit for what? There's no reason for that. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, cause I be seeing these so-called practitioners of spirituality. I mean, even you know, antinatalist witch. You know, she practices some sort of spiritual shit, and you see in her channel, she talks about, oh, I hate this world, I hate life, I want to not exist. You know, it's like, so what does this how does this benefit me? You know, she says she talks to Boone and all of that, but Boone, she's still battling, you know, thoughts of self-deletion. She's still tired of living. So what is Boone doing? You know, I'm just having a hard time understanding what's the purpose. Like, you know, like, you know, like, some people say, oh, be careful when you talk to a spirit because they'll start to hunt you. You know, they'll start to turn off the light switch like the hash-slinging slasher, and they'll start knocking over vases, and you'll have bad dreams in your sleep. And fuck all of that, man. I don't know, man. I'll just have to see a benefit to talking to these spirits, because it's not like everybody who talks to them are rich and they got hella money and they happy as hell. Some people that talk to spirits are still depressed, still sad. So it's like, and some people say, oh, the powers that be talk to spirits. That's why they got rich, because the spirits helped them get rich. Well, what's different from the spirits that they talk to versus everyone else? Are their spirits more stronger to help, or like what's going on with that? That doesn't add up either. Why did their spirits help them get rich, but the other people who practice, they're not rich? I just need proof, man. I don't know, man. Strange world we live in. I don't know, man. But that's all I gotta say. I'm out.